So very good evening, guys. This is Piyush Khandelwal, and I welcome you all to your own channel, which is Geeks for Geeks. Right? We are here for again our DSA interview. And before starting, I just want a small acknowledgement from your side. If you can tell me, right, if I'm clearly audible to you, just small hi, hello, so that may I know I'm audible to you all. Waiting for your responses, guys. Okay. Thank you, Sujat. Okay. Thank you, Ankush. Thank you very much. Before starting today's session, I would love if you can ask your friends to join so that they can also be benefited, right? With today's session, those who are preparing for the companies, those who want to appear for the interviews, right? They would be benefited because we it is going to be a DSA round where we would be asking DSA questions, and you can figure out what type of questions are being asked in interviews, right? And when we are asking the interviewee, right, you can also be solving those questions parallelly at the same time so that you can figure out, right, what is your approach? Is your approach correct, matching with the approach of the interviewer or not? You can also verify those things. Okay. So, guys, need a permission. Can we start? Please type +1 in the chat box if we can start, right? And I would be calling. Shall we start? Just need to type +1 in the chat box. Okay. Thank you, Devarshi. Thank you, Rishabh. Okay. So let me call Pavan. So hey Pavan, how's you?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, dear. Thank you. So Pavan, uh, I would love you to introduce yourself to our audience so that what is your technical background, what you are doing currently, if you can tell me and our audience.
Sure, sir. I am Pavan Kalyan, currently pursuing my bachelor's at Vigyan Institute of Information Technology. I have worked
Mm-hmm.
on multiple projects which were based on purely based on MERN development. My technologies include like MongoDB, Express, React.js, Node.js, and I can program in C, C++, JavaScript, Python. And besides that, we got selected for the Smart India Hackathon finals. And besides that,
Okay.
I'm currently a 5-star rated coder on Hacker Rank and a 3-star rated coder on Coacher.
Okay. So do you practice on code forces as well? Do you participate in code forces contests as well?
Yes, sir, but not frequently.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
And how would you rate yourself in coding if I ask you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, right? How would you rate yourself?
Yes, sir, I would say from 8 to 8 by 10, sir.
8? 8
Yes,
out
sir.
of 10?
Yes, sir.
Great. That's good. That's good. Okay. So talking about your projects, right? You have
Yes.
majorly done your projects on MERN stack.
Yes, sir.
So Pawan, there was a concept of mean stack as well, MEAN, right?
Yes, sir.
So there A stands for Angular and
And
here
yes, sir.
R stands for React.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So what is the basic difference? How React is better than Angular, where Angular actually lagged, so that this mean stack was replaced by MERN stack?
Basically, as far as my knowledge is concerned, like Angular is used for heavy load applications like Gmail and those kind of applications. React is
Hmm.
a simpler framework which is used for lightweight applications, and it
Okay.
is
So
actually
so
simpler to use as well.
by simpler you means lightweight,
Yes, sir.
or is it better than
As
Angular in some way?
it depends on the application we are designing, sir. Like if it is heavyweight applications like Gmail, that there the
Mm-hmm.
traffic is going to be a lot more, right? So there we use
Mm-hmm.
Angular, and when it comes to lightweight applications, we use React, sir. And it is
Okay.
easy to learn React very faster as well.
Okay. So if I have a website, right? If I'm developing a web app or website, and I want that it is going to be accessed by suppose thousands of customer per second,
Yes, sir.
which platform, which technology I will use?
Uh, 1000 uses per second, sir.
Yes.
I would say Angular, sir. As it is a heavy traffic, I would prefer Angular.
Okay, so Angular decides heavy traffic, like the heavy traffic with the help of uh, the factor heavy traffic decides that whether you would be selecting Angular or React.
Actually, it is decided by the backend, sir.
Hmm.
It depends on the server. It can handle how many requests it can handle, sir.
Okay, good, good. So tell me about the best project that you have done.
Yes, sir. It's the project which we got selected for the Smart India Hackathon. It is Book Your Workshop, sir.
Book your workshop. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
it was something like online workshop registration based system, right?
Yes, sir. We need to choose the bookshop, and we can attend that workshop, sir. Like we book the tickets in the movie theater, right? So in the same way,
Uh-huh.
instead of movies, we'll be booking the workshops, sir.
Okay. So whenever this booking thing comes, na, there is a
Yes, sir.
problem of the concurrency, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you face the problem of suppose there were two seats remaining for the
Yes,
workshop,
sir.
right? Suppose there were 100 seats, 98 are booked, right? And two
Yes, sir.
seats were remaining. So there were
Yes,
two
sir.
different people who try to book those two tickets. How will
Yes,
you
sir.
how will you handle the situation of concurrency that who will be assigned the ticket?
Yes, sir. Till now, actually, the final date is not yet decided. We are still working on it. Working on the project. Uh,
Hmm.
the primary functionalities were almost done, and we are trying to add additional features. We haven't go through that feature yet, sir.
But that is the most required feature, right?
Yes,
Otherwise,
sir.
it would not be of use. It would lead to a lot of those problems, right?
Yes, sir. Like
Consistency problems.
it's not like seats, sir. We'll be having a frequency of seats. Whenever someone
Hmm.
books, the seats get reduced. That's it. It's not like
Okay.
booking the serial number and kind of thing.
I'm
We
not
just
talking
have
about
number of
booking,
seats.
right? I'm saying that you have 100 seats, 98s are booked, right? Two seats
Yes,
are
sir.
remaining, and
Yes, sir.
two different users are trying to book those two because two seats are visible to the two different customers, right? The
Yes, sir.
users. If
Yes,
they
sir.
both try to access book them simultaneously,
Yes, sir.
how you will decide whom should you allocate the seats? That is the problem statement.
Yes, sir. That's a problem statement. We haven't worked on it yet. We look forward to add
Hmm.
it, sir.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, sir.
That's fine.
Yes, sir.
What about data structures, right? Data structures,
Yes, sir.
confident with data structures
Yes, sir.
algorithms?
Sure, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Tell me which data structure would you use, right, to implement a LRU cache?
Uh, LRE cache, I don't have much knowledge on LRE cache, but I heard that it can be implemented using double linked list.
Okay, you have
Yes, sir.
not you don't know how it works.
No, sir. I haven't worked on it yet.
Okay, fine. So you have worked in Python?
Yes, sir. But the mostly I use C++, sir, for the programming purpose.
Okay, okay. In Python, there is a concept of tuple, right?
Yes, sir.
So if I have a like, can you tell me the difference between a tuple and a list?
In the tuple, lists are mutable. That means we can change the values inside the list, and we can do some modifications to the list. But in case of tuple, it's actually immutable, so we cannot change once it got assigned.
Okay. So if I'm given a tuple which contains a list as an element, right?
Yes, sir.
So can I change the list which is present inside the tuple?
No, sir. We as we consider the that list as an element inside the tuple, we cannot change it, sir.
Hmm. Sure about it?
Yes, sir. I'm sure.
Okay. Okay. But let me tell you, Pavan, it can be changed, right? It can be changed. Would you agree with me, right? If I say it would be changed, it can be changed. Can you think in some other direction that if it's possible or not? Can you think of it? Or I'm lying?
I'm not sure, sir, about it.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Let's start with some problems, right? So it would be great if you can share a screen and
Sure, sir.
start your favorite editor.
Sure, sir.
Okay. You can maximize your editor, right? Maximize your editor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm showing you the problem, right? Let me show you the problem first. What
Sure, sir.
problem do I have, right? And you read the problem. After that, let me show you the problem again. So I have this problem, right? If you can see this. Can you see my
Yes.
screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the problem is swapping pairs make some equal. If I go through the statement, it says given two arrays of integers A and B of size n and m. The task is to check if the pair of values, one value from each array, right? So what you need to do, you need to pick one element from array A and another element from array B. You need to swap them so that their sum becomes equal. If you see here, example is 4, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, right? This is array A. Array B is 3, 6, 3, 3, right?
Yes, sir.
So if I do the sum of array A, it is 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7, plus 1 is 8, 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 2 is 11, right? And
Yes, sir.
here the sum of B is 3 plus 6 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12, 12 plus 3 is
15.
15, right? So I need
Yes,
to
sir.
swap some element, some pair, some element from A with some element with B so that their sum becomes equal.
Yes, sir.
So here the swapping is right between element 1 and 3, right? So
Yes,
if
sir.
I'll swap 1 and 3, right, the sum will become here 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 plus 1 is 11 plus 2 is 13, right? And here
Yes,
you
sir.
will have 1, 1 plus 6 is 7, 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 3 is 13, right?
Yes, sir.
So you need to return 1, right? So your task is the function, you don't need to take an input, okay? You just need to complete function. It returns 1 if there exists any such pair. Otherwise, you need to return -1. This is what you need to do. You got the problem?
No, sir. Like we need to return. Like there is a chance only
If
we
there
need
is a
to.
if there exists a pair which can be swapped, right? There exists some value A in array A. and some value b in array B, which can be swapped so that their sum becomes equal. If that pair exists, I'll return 1. Otherwise, I'll return -1.
Yes, sir. We're only using one swap only.
You have to do one swap only.
Okay, sir. So,
Okay. So shall I stop sharing my screen?
sure, sir.
Okay. Now I'm adding your screen, right?
Yeah, okay, sir.
You need to tell me the idea, right? What?
Yes, sir. Like, we'll be giving it two arrays. Uh,
Hmm.
we'll be having the sum. We need to swap only one element from the A to B, such that
Hmm.
the sums will become equal. So,
Right.
the first thing I'll be doing is I'll be calculating the sum of the two arrays first. Like, if we consider the sum as sum of the first array as S1 and the sum of the
Hmm.
second array as the S2.
Hmm.
So we'll be considering the greater sum first. So uh, we need to subtract this by 2, or to subtract this by 2, then it cannot be possible. So, so could you please give me an example like that example?
Okay. You want to see the example once again?
Yes, sir. One thing.
So it was like 4 1. The array A was 4 1 2 1 1 2
4 1
2 1
2 1
1 2,
1 2. Okay.
and array B was 3 6 3 3.
3 6 3 3.
And if you want to
So the,
consider another example,
okay.
right?
Yes, sir.
Here array A is 5 7 4 6,
8 7 4 6
and array B is 1 2 3 8.
2 3 8. So if we consider the sum for this one, the sum is going to be 12 plus 10. That means 22. If we consider the sum for this one, 1 2 6 6 plus 8 14. So obviously the we need to make the sum of both of the arrays. That sum should be between 14 and 22 for sure.
Yes.
So so if I want, I'll be considering the smaller number first. I'll check if I can make 15 using 15. If I want to make 15, I need to borrow one from this one, and not one. I need to borrow 7. If we cannot make that 15. Okay. So if you want to make 16, you need to add 2 for this. Then we don't have 2 there. If we want to make 17, we need to borrow 3. 3 is also not there. If we have to make 18, 18 is possible,
For
and
17, tell me, for 17, do you really
yes,
not need to borrow 3? Or you need to borrow at least 4? Because 1 is already there. The
yes,
lowest
sir,
number that
yes, sir, yes,
1 is already there. So you will be giving 1, right?
yes, sir, yes, sir, definitely. So I'll be borrowing 4, and I'll be giving 1. That is one thing you can do. Um, Instead of that, after calculating the sums, if I loop two arrays, like if I exchange these two values 5, if I swap these two values, then
Hmm.
the sum is going to be 22 minus 1, 21, and 14 minus 5, 9. So they're not equal. Again, I'll be checking 5 with 2, and 5 with 3, and 5 with 8. I'll
It is
be
not.
so
Hmm.
Yes, sir. Like, I'll be having two loops. Like, first in the I'll check 5 with the 1, 2, 3, 8. I'll swap them and calculate the sums. If at any point of time the sums are equal, then I'll be returning true, or else I'll be returning false, sir. So the time complexity for this is going to be O of n square.
Mm-hmm. Won't work, right?
The like it's not going to work, sir.
Hmm. Because n
Like
square is
what
not
I'm saying.
expected, right? This
Yes.
will give me the solution, right? But n square would not help me.
Okay, you want me to optimize it, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, sir. So I will look in this array. If I give one to this, uh, 13, it's going to be 23. Then I need 13. If I give one to this array, my sum will become 13. It will become 23. So the difference is going to be 23 minus 13 is going to be 10. So I need to borrow 5 from this one. So I think initially what I will be doing is I'll be maintaining a hash map, sir, like for this one, for the first array. Then
Hmm.
I'll be looping over this array. Like I have one, right? So I'll try to share this one with the first array. I'll give the one. So if I'm giving the one to the first array, the sum will become 23. So my second sum will become 13. So the difference is going to be 23 minus 13. It's going to be 10. So in order to make those two equal, I need to borrow 5 from it so that it will become 18 and this will also become 18. So I'll check whether if 5 is there or not. As we have 5, I'll be returning true. If it is not found, I'll be going to the second number, then I'll do the same processor. So the time complexity is going to be O of n only as if we use unordered map, and space complexity is also going to be O of n. Like, do
So
you got
how
my
it is
question?
going to be O of n, right? How, like, can you tell me, right? For every element, right? You will first find for 20, you will do 22 minus 5, right?
Yes, sir. Like, no, sir. Like, initially,
Can
what I'll be
can you
doing
can
is
you yes, tell me the approach. It is not going
like
to be big O of n.
I'm going to maintain a map, sir,
Okay.
and store all these values, like to check whether the number is there or not.
Okay.
So that loop is done. So again, I am going to in the outer loop. This is one loop.
Hmm.
This is another loop. They are not nested, sir. So here I'll be looping through these elements. So here I consider one. So if I'm giving one to
Hmm.
the first array, the sum will become
Hmm.
23. 23. My sum will become 13.
How it will
So
become 23, right?
yes, sir.
You will
Like
be swapping. You will be
yes,
swapping one element now
yes, sir.
from there
Like
as well.
yes, sir. In the second step, I'm going to take that, sir. Like it will become 13. So I need to borrow in order to make these two equal. I need to make this one 18 and this one also 18.
Hmm.
So I need to swap this 5. I'm checking whether that 5 is existing or not there. Do you got my approach, sir?
How will you get 18? How will you get 18? I'm not
Yes,
getting
sir.
it.
Like what I'm doing is I'll be giving one to the array. Initially, I'm
Right.
doing one to the array, so it will become 23. So
Right.
now I need I'll be calculating this difference 23 and 13. It's going to be 10.
10. Yes.
So I need 5 so that they get balanced. I need to remove 5 from this one and add 5 to this one.
Okay.
So if I'll check if whether the 5 is existing or not. So as 5 is existing, I'll swap this here and this will become 18 and this will become 23. Not 23, this will also become 18. 13 plus 5.
Hmm.
So in this way, I'll be checking, sir, if it is, I'll be looking through this array. If at any point of time, if I find it is existing, then I'll be returning true or else I'll be returning false. But there might be a chance it might fail.
Yes, it won't work, right? Dividing by 2
Yes,
generally.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Could you please give me a hint, sir?
Okay. So you can apply binary search to, like, that there would be
Yes,
some
sir. Yes.
element in one array, and I could look for another element. I could apply the binary search on another array to find the element that I'm looking for.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So
So
previously, what you were doing, you were actually doing the linear search, right? Which lead to the
yes.
big O n square complexity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So if I consider one as a swap element, then
Hmm.
I need to search for 21
What
to
element you have
15.
to search for? That is what you need to consider, right?
Yes,
For
sir.
if it is one, what element you are searching for?
If it is 1, then I need to search for, it will become 21. And this one will become 15. 21 minus 15 is going to be uh, not 21 minus 15. 6, 7. If I am giving away the 1, it will become 21. So this one will definitely become 15. So again, I need to give one number to it so that they both of them will be equal. What number should I search for it?
Yes. What number should you search? That you need to figure out.
So it will become 21. Eight, 11, 11, 2, 13, 13, 5, 18. If I consider 5, I'll begin giving 5 for sure here. 19. So 19 is given, the sum is going to be 19. If I am giving you the 5 to this number, it's going to be 19. It will become 18. No, it will become 17. It will become 19. So the number I need to search for the search in the secondary is to be 1, 2, 3, 8. If I give only one, then they are going to be equal.
Okay. On getting any idea, right? What element should you be searching for?
No, sir, no idea.
Try to generalize this thing, right? If you can, rather than going on these numbers, try to generalize this thing in terms of X and Y. That would actually help you, I can tell you.
Um, so minus x should be x2 plus x, x1 minus x plus y, x2 plus x minus y.
Okay. Pawan, let's leave this question, right? Let's leave this question. Let's try to move to, let's not waste much more time on this, right? Let's go for another question. So you are given a binary search tree, right?
Yes,
You're
sir.
given a binary tree, right? And you need to figure out whether it is a binary search tree or not. What approach would you follow?
I need to check whether the given tree is binary search tree or not.
Yes.
So for a binary search tree, if we perform the in-order traversal, it's going to result in a sorted order set.
Okay.
So the I'll be considering an array, and I'll be performing the in-order traversal. So for every like during performing the in-order traversal, I'll be pushing the each element into the array. Then at the end,
Hmm.
I'll be checking the given array is sorted or not. So it's going to be
What will be the complexity of this?
the space complexity is going to be O of n. The time is also going to be O of n. So
What is n in this case?
the number of nodes.
Okay.
No, no, not O of n. Yeah, it's O of n only. Sir.
Hmm. And time complexity?
Time complexity is also, yes, sir. As we only perform the in-order traversal only, it will be O of n. Then for the checking whether the that array is sorted or not, it's going to be also O of n.
Okay. So I'm given a binary tree, right?
Yes, sir.
I need to find the vertical sum of binary tree.
Vertical sum, sir.
Hmm. Can you do it?
Yes, sir. For the vertical sum, I'll be like if we have a tree like four. So this one, the I need to print for the each level, sir. Like for the each.
Yes, yes, yes. So here
So
the
yeah,
answer should be 3, 1, and 13 and 4.
okay. So the root index is going to be 0. If I go
Hmm.
left, it's going to be minus 1, and the minus 2. So I'll be
What is minus
performing
1, minus 2?
like if we go left,
Hmm.
then the if we consider a number line, if we go left, it's going to be negative values, no, sir. If we go right, if we go into the positive values. So if we consider the this root as 0,
Hmm.
then all the lines which are left to it going to be minus 1, minus 2 in such a way. And
Okay.
I'm talking about vertical levels, sir. Minus 1, minus 2.
Okay.
So it is also same kind, like I'll be traversing through the binary tree. Then
Hmm.
during when I'm going to the left, I'll be decrementing the level by vertical level by 1. When I'm going to the right, I'll be incrementing the vertical level by 1. Then during the traversal, I'll be updating the sum in that level as well.
Okay.
Like I'll be considering a map, sir. In that map, I'll be storing the sum for each level.
Okay. What will be the complexity of the solution?
The answer it's going to be for traversal. It's going to be O of n, where n denotes the number of nodes, and for storing also, it's going to be taking O of n only. If we consider the unordered map, even though the first case time complexity is going to be O of n square for unordered map, if we consider ordered map, it's going to be O of n log n.
Okay. Okay. Why would you need ordered map in this case?
Like for the unordered map, the worst case time complexity is going to be O of n square, sir. At the
Why would you be needing an ordered map in this case?
yes, sir.
Is ordered map required?
It depends on the output we want to print. Like if we want to print the output in the ordered manner, like if we consider this one,
Hmm.
if you want to print the minus 2 level, this 3 level first,
Hmm.
then this 1 level, then this 8 5 level, then if we 4 level, then we need to use ordered maps, sir. Otherwise, we need to use another map only.
Okay, fine, fine. Okay, which is your favorite programming language? Tell me. C++?
C++, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I hope that's all from my side, Pavan. Anything, any questions that you have for me?
No, sir. Like, however, how is my performance, sir? Like, is there
Okay,
any
we'll
sections I
come
need
to
to
that. We'll
improve?
come to yes, we'll come to that. So now I would love to give the feedback, right? What we had. Would
Yes,
you
sir.
love to listen to that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how did you felt when we started, right?
Yes, sir. Like, it was somewhat nervous, but throughout
Mhm.
by solving the problems, I felt comfortable, sir.
Okay. And do you know why did you get comfortable?
Maybe I focused on solving rather than whether people think what something like that.
Because I made you comfortable, right? I asked you those
Yes,
questions you knew the answer of. Did you realize that?
yes,
Because you have strong conceptual knowledge, you have gone through the concepts, right?
yes,
But the problem is, if you're given a problem which you have not solved earlier, right? There are chances that you might stuck. And you did
yes, sir.
actually, you did. Because you were not expecting the questions from the projects, right?
Yes, sir.
You were expecting the questions from DSA only. So you would be asked some DSA questions that you would be solving. And you were really uh, prepared for that.
Yes, sir.
But when unexpected like those project questions came, you actually uh, halted over there, right? Because you
Yes,
did not expected it to be there,
yes,
right?
sir.
And what I wanted to check is whether you can handle the unwanted situations or not. Because every time you would not be getting the situations which for which you are prepared for, right? That's why I started with the projects. And you should be having, when you are appearing for the interviews, you should be thoroughly equipped with the knowledge of your projects. Like whatever you have mentioned, you should be knowing, right? Because the answer that you given about Angular React was wrong, absolutely wrong. So it started with a very that impression, right? That you have worked on
Yes,
different projects, but you don't have knowledge of those projects. So you have not, I don't know. I might be wrong, but yes, you didn't do the complete study, right? Why you are choosing the MERN stack? Why
yes,
didn't you go for mean stack, right? So you didn't do that. Simply, you were learning something, the MERN stack, you implemented some certain project, but you are not aware why you
right.
chose to use this stack only,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay, so that was like it's how it started. So I asked you another question, which was not a normal logical question, right? Not normal conceptual question of data structures or algorithms. It was somewhat a molded question, which you might have encountered when you will be solving those code shift things and code forces things, right? There you are not asked the direct the algorithms or data structures questions, right? But I realized that yes, you can do it, then I moved to some question which was a direct tree question, right?
Yes, sir.
Just to figure out whether you know the concepts or not. And when you were able to answer that binary search tree voila, in one attempt, right? Because you knew the answer, right? And the second question is also vertical sum, direct question, right? Just wanted to check
Yes, sir.
whether you have done these things or not. So basics are correct. You're strong with the basics, right? But still need to practice a lot of questions dependent like which are based on those concepts,
Yes, sir.
right? Need to work on that.
Definitely, sir.
Okay. So if I would have been the real interviewer, definitely I would have asked you to get prepared and come once again, like
Yes,
come
sir.
another time, right? Okay. So all the best, Pavan, for your interview, for your future interviews, and I hope you will do great. And I hope you like the feedback, that like you find it genuine, right? You must work on it
Yes, sir.
and
Yes,
would
sir.
be cracking some very good companies in the future. Anything
Thank
that
you,
you
sir.
would love to share with us, share with GFG?
Yeah, sir. It was a great experience interviewed by you, sir. I have seen some of the
Okay.
interviews which you interviewed the students.
Okay.
They were also great. I feel so honored to be interviewed by you. It was a great
Thank
experience.
you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Pavan. Thank you very much. So, guys, so bye bye, Pavan. Bye bye. Let me
Thank,
talk to my
thanks.
audience. Okay. So, guys, this was Pavan, and it was really nice interacting with him. Okay. And before leaving, I would love to ask you, right, the same thing. You need to type one thing, that is, I love GFG. Everyone, please type I love GFG before leaving the session. And if GFG is of some use of for you, it's like you have used GFG for some of the helps, right? You need to write I love GFG, and after that we will be closing the session. I love GFG. Everyone, please. Yes. Thank you, Vasan. Thank you, Indrasish. Okay, that's great. Everyone has to do it, right? Still not getting from everyone. Thanks, Shaker. Thanks, Learn Coding. Thanks, Krillov. Thanks, Sahan. Okay, that's what kind of love we are waiting for, right? Everyone has to do it. And finally, I hope you all love the session. You all love the problem that we discussed today. Okay, new songs remix, right? Do you want to ask anything? If still you have any questions, you can drop your questions in the comment box. Manoj, we get it, right? You love GFG. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. I hope you love the questions today and you love the interview. Yes, if you want to attempt Vivek, if you want to appear for this interview, the description would be there in the link, right? It would be there. You can fill the form and you would be selected. If you selected, you would be called for the interview over here. Best way to learn data structures, visit GFG, practice on GFG, right? You would be able to do that. You don't need my contact number. Put request on LinkedIn. I'll accept that. I told you, Divakar, best way to learn data structures is again visit GFG and explore GFG, practice on GFG, right? Manoj, how can I prepare for aptitude? Aptitude is like there are certain resources that you can follow, there are certain books. What matters in aptitude, like you would be able to find the correct answers, but what matters in aptitude is uh, your speed. Speed matters. So when you are practicing aptitude, you need to practice how more problems you can solve in 1 minute or the 10 minutes or 30 minutes of time, right? It's by Piyush Khandelwal. LinkedIn ID, you will get Piyush Khandelwal. You search for Piyush Khandelwal mentor at Geeks for Geeks, you will definitely get it. Okay. So guys, thank you very much for giving your time and coming to the session. And I promise you that you would be getting more and more sessions like this in future as well. With this, what we can say is bye-byes.